All right. Well, there are some of us. We're just missing Marcia. Sean, how are you doing?
Wonderful, Charlie. How about yourself?
Uh, you know, Another day in paradise, huh?
Happy New Year.
And you, Rocky,
So
Alma, how are you guys doing?
I
Doing
tagged
good. How you doing?
I tagged Yosta in your your Sweden painting.
Oh, well, I did a number of years back. I did Christmas in Denmark and New Year's in Sweden. And so Sweden was kind of interesting. We stayed at the ABBA Hotel there, uh, which was kind of cool. They had a Warhol that Andy Warhol did of ABBA. So that was hanging in their lobby and stuff. The hotel in Denmark was actually a little bit more interesting in the sense that we came in and their Christmas tree consisted of one branch up, one branch out, and one ball hanging. And it was like, okay. I was there when they tried to burn down the big Christmas tree in the courtyard of the whatchamacallit, the Civic Center, and was involved with catching the guy. And so at our hotel, they get a call from the chief of police asking for me, and they're trying to figure out what the hell did he do and who is he that the chief of police is calling him. But had to give him a rundown on what we did. Police in Denmark are very gentle, shall we say. Here's this guy who is committing arson, trying to burn down the Christmas tree. It's got kerosene thrown around, and we pulled him out and we waited for the police. And while he's sitting there, he pulls out a cigarette lighter and a cigarette, and the police are already there, and they don't do anything. It's like if he throws a cigarette lighter into that pile over there, this whole place is going to be up in flames. Oh well. Anyway, let me see if I can find Marcia. Give me a moment. Hey, Marcia, this is Charlie Taublieb, but we're on Charlie's Corner, but you're not here. Hopefully, you'll show up soon. Um, in any event, we do have a decent number of people, and we're waiting for you. I'll see if I can text you.
Pam, you not turning your camera on?
Huh?
Talk to Pam.
Oh,
Throwing machine. Isn't it? Yeah.
So what?
I'm a throwing machine.
A throwing machine?
Yep, I'm gonna throw it.
Why? What did you
It
do?
won't take the hard drive.
Yeah, that happens. Shut it down and turn it on.
It did. Like 20 times. Over it. Over it. What?
Charlie,
yeah.
Chad here with Print Grip. Good to see you
How are you
again.
doing?
Doing good, doing good. Joining in today, want to see, first of all, see Marcia if she comes on, but are you going to be at the impression show coming up?
I'm at I've only missed 3 impression shows since they started.
I remember you saying that.
So yeah, I'll definitely be there. I've got 2 workshops, one the day before the show on basics and one on the first day of the show on special effects. And then I've got a seminar on 4-color process and simulated process. So yeah, if I don't show up, they're going to be really annoyed at me. Which
So I end up getting a booth. I was a little late, I think, the last time we talked. But I think I got a good spot over by the stage over by the refreshments, which is, I think, the I can't remember who's sponsoring it.
okay, so you're outside of the actual
Yeah.
show floor. You're near the registration area.
Correct. To if you like to the right of the atrium there where Rock's going to be.
Okay, well, I'm in the room to the right of the work of that area. I'm in room 104C. So that's where all my workshops and seminar will be.
Oh, perfect. Well, I'll pop in and see you.
Yeah, that'll be easy.
Yeah.
I don't know where Marcia is. Hopefully she's okay. But in the meantime, we can still chat and get things going anyway. So how's everyone's New Year's? Christmas, New Year's, recovery time, making plans for this year. Hopefully that'll come through. Who knows? Every year at this time, it's kind of like, wow, it's weird. Now I got to write a 4 instead of a 3. Got to remember that. Anyone have great plans for the year? New equipment, travel plans?
For myself, of course, getting out to California here. I'm in Iowa, so getting out to California will be nice for myself. My wife is going to travel with me this time and help out the show, do some marketing stuff for Print Grip, which we didn't really have an additional person last time we were there, so that'll be a lot of fun. And then yeah, I guess besides that, we'll see what comes out of the show, and travel plans will probably be made during that one.
Well, this show will certainly be a strong one. Quite different than Printing United in terms of the attendees, because everybody that's going to be attending is involved in the decorated apparel side versus Printing United, where you get a conglomerate of everything. But looking forward to it. This is always the show that kind of dictates to some extent what the year is going to be like in this industry. Although last year, I don't know about everybody else, it seemed like the first half of last year was really strong, and then all of a sudden it petered out, at least for some of the companies that I've spoken to. Alma, how are you doing?
Hanging in, Charlie. Just working on, I'm sorry, let me adjust my volume. You've got 3 computers on in the same space and it's echoing. Give me a second. Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, it's just hanging in. We're still dialing in our processes around here. Kind of trying to get, tighter a little bit week by week. So, still working, still hustling. Yeah, just trying to dial it in.
That's fine. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you in Long Beach. You too, Rocky. I guess you come along with the package, huh?
Yes, I have to tag along.
Looking at anything at the show in particular, or just kind of checking it out, see what's going on?
Well, we've kind of made a foray into water-based.
Okay.
That was, I'll admit my part in this, it was a colossal failure. So I need some ring in the nose guidance to do that. So that's going to be my learning curve. in the short term.
Okay, so you want to get more involved with water-based and discharge?
Yeah, we've had a customer specifically request that we do their shirts water-based.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, we just hadn't ever had a reason to do it before now, and now we've got to, you know, get baptized by fire, as it were.
I'd be happy to help you out with some of that. I mean, I've obviously been involved with water-based for quite some time. Not as difficult as everybody makes it out to be initially, but there are definite differences between water-based and plastisol.
Absolutely.
You have to definitely spend more time at the press. You can't just drift away. But once you nail down a couple of procedures and stuff, it's not that big a deal. You guys don't smoke, so you don't have to worry about taking cigarette breaks and cleaning up the screen before you walk away, et cetera. So that's a good thing. Difficult for those who do smoke a lot. It's like, you mean I got to clean up your screen? Yeah, you do. You really have to open up all the images and stuff. Quick trick though, for cleaning water base or for opening up your image, never use water. Okay, water is going to break down your screen. What you use is glass cleaner, and glass cleaner will just open it up immediately. Or you can buy the commercial stuff at $10 a can versus going and getting a cheap glass cleaner for probably $10 a gallon.
Glass cleaner like Windex?
Huh?
Like Windex?
Windex would work. I'd probably go to even cheaper stuff than Windex.
What's that? Like
You know,
the generic dollar store stuff?
The ammonia or whatever's in glass cleaner just immediately opens up your screen.
Man, I'll sleep better with that information, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
was
they do
pressing there for a
have,
minute.
they do have instant screen opener from some of the commercial companies. Not knocking it, it definitely works, but not that big a deal using glass cleaner. You need it for your exposing unit anyway, so this way you can kind of go back and forth with it.
Okay. There you go. Learned something new today.
Oh, Pamela, okay. I was trying to figure out who Pamela was. Now I understand who she is. I was just reading the little byline. Hey, Sean, what are you doing? Are you working with any water base at the moment or not?
Yeah, I'm actually putting a link. Oh, no. I just put a comment in that we use the spray away or spray weight. Yeah, spray
Yeah,
weight.
which works beautifully, but I got to tell you, glass cleaner does the same exact thing.
But I tell you, it's cool that it foams up. It has a tendency to get in there, and it seems like it cleans it really well because of the foaming action.
Right.
And it's got a great smell.
So
I'll pay a little extra for it, and
Well,
it's easy to use.
I'm not
and-
knocking it. It definitely works. I've
Yeah.
tried sprayaways. I've tried Albatross has one. I'm pretty sure that Techmar has one out as well. But all comes down to what works for you and what makes you comfortable. And if that makes you comfortable, go for it. You're not
and I
coming out
noticed-
to You're not coming
I
out to
noticed,
California.
sorry, Rocky, I'm going to be actually going to the PPAI show in Vegas in a couple weeks.
I know. Are you
over the
jumping over to
ISS.
Long Beach afterwards? You're
Can't-
making a mistake. It's great
I
to hit
know.
both shows.
I found everything I needed to find at the Printing United because there's not a whole lot that we're looking for.
Right.
But I tell you, the biggest boost to what we do, whether it's plastisol or water-based, with the screen printing side, was getting that red chili flash unit
Oh,
for our
okay.
workhorse.
So it does work on your workhorse?
Yeah, you just
All
use the
right.
settings on the actual flash unit itself
Yeah.
rather than wiring it directly in. We
Right.
have it. We've heard that you can adapt the wiring and plug it into each head wherever you want to use it, but
Yeah, but
it's got a
You know,
shirt sensor on it,
I was
and
gonna say, it's got a motion detector, right?
oh yeah, it's awesome. It is
Yeah.
absolutely awesome.
So,
So that
there's
was our
gonna be,
biggest thing last year.
there's going to be a huge auction if it hasn't already occurred with Custom Ink
Yeah.
down in Texas is the last one. I didn't realize how many presses they had, but I guess they had 35 presses or something.
Good Lord.
In any event, they're auctioning off that whole shop, including a lot of the flash units and stuff. Rocky, you might be interested in buzzing over there to find out if
Where
there's
are they?
anything there that's worthwhile.
Where are they based?
Just out in the Dallas area.
I never knew Custom Ink was local. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say for you guys, I mean, it's an easy deal to jump in. If you, I forget who posted the whole thing about the auction, but if you pull it up, it's from Custom Ink, and it's their shop in the quote unquote the Dallas area. If you can't find it, let me know. I can probably get a hold of it for you.
Okay, I got
Funny,
it.
you know, one of the people posting online said was wondering if DTF was really affecting their business a lot, and you know, whatever. Do you know the story about the owner of Custom Ink at all?
Nope.
So he's a Harvard graduate, and when he graduated, he started Custom Ink with 8 people, and he has definitely expanded it to the point where he was contracting off to, I think, 95 different companies in the U.S. and then several in Canada, which his biggest thing was his online ability, or your ability to go online and do a design on his website and hit the button, put in your credit card, and inside of 2 weeks, you had your finished product. Their customer service was great. They stood totally behind that product. I ended up going up to their facility in Virginia, which was a massive building where they still had their quote unquote, their green sofa, where they made the decision to go into business. But I think he got it up to about 2,000 employees. He had one of the companies forced him into taking $400 million from them so that they could be a part owner or have some investment in them. In any event, even though they're closing their facilities, they're going back to subcontracting. I don't think you have to really cry for them. I think that the owner did fairly well over the years. I'm sure he won't go broke.
Yeah, the only thing I've seen so far says that the auction closed in June.
Yeah, but they're just auctioning off all the stuff.
Okay, if you can send me that link, I appreciate it.
Well, I'll see if I can find it, but you know, the other thing, if you check with some of the suppliers in the area, I guarantee you they know all about it.
Okay.
Hey, Scott, how are you? Can't hear it.
I apologize.
There you go. Yeah, the only one who didn't show up was Marcia,
I was gonna say, I don't see her in the picture.
and she's not here.
Wow.
I've been trying to get in touch with her. Let me try again. But quite honestly,
I want to say hi to her.
yeah, so did I guess that's why a bunch of us are on here. Let me try another phone call and see if I can maybe catch her.
Ghosta, how do you say it? Ghosta?
Yes, stop.
How do you say it?
Yes, stop.
Yeah.
Yes, stop. Med Yes,
Oh,
stop.
I can't do
Yeah.
it.
So, how's life, Scott?
Great.
I
just
can't
got
even
over-
get through to her.
I just got over COVID for 10 days, but it was like a mild
Ooh.
cold. So
Mm,
everybody's sick in this country.
yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, we had a corner of that COVID as well, but we well vaccinated, so it was like a mild flu. Yes, so
Yeah.
But you get tired, and that will never let go of you.
Well, as I'm getting older, I get tired anyway. But I like the joke. I can still rock and roll.
Yeah,
Got my
and
band.
you do it good. I've listened to a lot of the stuff you do.
We have a good band. We have a busy schedule. I got 2 or 3 gigs in the next 10 days. So
Yeah,
anyway.
good, cool.
Well, I figure I'm 76 years old, and as long as I can get up on stage and have a good time, it makes me feel young, you know.
Yep.
And I don't go to shows as much as I used to, and that was always my high. So going to a club and playing, or a big performing arts center and setting up the show, it gives me that high, you know, of being in front. You know, I like to entertain. And I don't know, do I know Rocky? Do I know you?
Yeah. We bought some stuff from you long ago.
Where do we meet?
We met at, I believe you were the first seminar I ever took back in 2002
Where
at New Jersey.
Oh, in New Jersey, in Richfield. Beautiful, beautiful Richfield, New Jersey.
Long time ago.
I met a lot of people back there. First,
Yeah.
you know, my mentor was Richard LeBov, and then he passed. What he passed 6 or 7 years ago, 8 years ago. But who else don't I know here? There's somebody we're missing. Oh, it's Marcia, of course.
Okay, well, found out I got a text from Marcia. She's in the hospital.
Oh, no.
She had surgery a while back and had a complication, and they have to resolve it. So she went into the hospital last night. Obviously forgot all about this, which is fine.
Wow. So sorry.
In any event, well, as long as we're all on here, I guess we can just send her a well wish, and I'll be back in touch with her and let her know that no big deal. But as long as we got you on, Scott, we'll just pound away at you for a while. How's that sound?
Well, I'm eating breakfast and going, crap, it's 11:20. I was gonna come and watch your show. I ran in and I didn't pretty up too much, put my hat on.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
I'm still on my evening wear, yeah, right.
You know, the good thing is all you have to do is fuzz the lens a little bit. Nobody will know the difference. I mean, I decided, yeah, I really need to shave. Yeah, man, nobody will know the difference. What the hell?
Yeah, I can't go that way. I have a kind of a weird shaped head, and so I can't do the whole bald thing. I haven't, you know, figured I could do
I'll
it.
tell you, it's more work being bald than when I had hair.
Probably so. Probably
Oh,
so.
it is. It's a constant touch-up situation, but
So
you know, you got to
who's the
change
other
your
Rocky?
appearance. I ended up growing a little of this on the side, just trim it
Yeah.
back, but got to change the look every now and then.
Are you growing a beard? I can't see your side that well. Oh, you
Huh?
are.
Well, I have, yeah, but I've been trimming it back, so I've just been letting my goatee kind of hold in and keeping this really cropped tight.
I just don't shave for a couple weeks. That's all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, I
look out of my house.
well, that was the best thing about growing a beard was I didn't have to shave.
Yeah, who's gonna see me? Who's the other Rocky here? I don't know. There's two. I just saw there's 2 Rockies.
No, there's Rocky and there's
Rocky
Alma.
2,
Alma.
Rocky 2 and Rocky 3.
She's part of Rocky.
Oh, you guys are together.
Yes.
What, in the same room?
Yeah.
Oh, you
Hands waving at you, Charlie. Can you see me? Yeah, I think you is.
Your camera's off.
I know, I can't.
Hi.
So
Where are you guys in New Jersey?
Dallas. Dallas.
Oh, but you came to the New Jersey class, right?
Yeah.
Were you living back there then?
I'm sorry, say again?
Were you living back there then?
Oh, yeah, I was always in Dallas.
Oh.
But I came up there to find out, you know, about getting into screen printing.
And we sucked you in?
Yep.
yeah, I think that happens to too many people. They dabble with it and then they get sucked in and then they don't know how to get out of it.
That's the problem.
as I always told my students, printing to me was always very mechanical. You know, if you follow some of the rules, it's a mechanical process. The hardest part will be marketing and selling and running your business. Printing
I
is sure
know.
easy.
That is true.
That's very true.
Yeah, the printing is the easiest part of the whole thing.
Yeah, really. Just how do you make money out of it?
Well, you know, I mean, you've done enough workshops as I have. You always have the person who comes in and it has this greatest idea. Look at this fantastic design. And it's like, I don't even want to see the design. Do you know how to market it? If you don't, I don't care
Yeah.
what you have there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So-
funny. So,
I think that's kind of where we would benefit most right now. If I had somebody, I need a kid, right? I need somebody who's 40 years my junior that can work that social media aspect.
It's
Yeah.
a hard thing. I find I have to be on top of it. Being an old guy, it's a learning curve to know. Like I don't do Instagram hardly at all, but you know, I have my granddaughter says you got to be on Instagram, and I kind of go, why? You know, and, I mean, I'm on Facebook, and for my band, I promote the hell out of us on Facebook. I know how to do that, but I don't really understand Instagram. TikTok is a mystery to me, you know, and I don't know if I need to be there or not. And I don't know. It's tough. It's hard. You got to keep young, I guess. Talk to your grandkids.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
with you. I don't understand almost any of this stuff.
Each platform, as you step down, I would say from Facebook, where you go from Facebook to Instagram to TikTok, essentially what you're doing is you're lowering your attention span. Facebook, you can have a lot of content. Instagram, you can have some content, some words, some video application, and then once you go to TikTok, it's a short form format. So it's all about a lowering attention span. So once you start understanding who that audience is of the lower attention spans, it makes it a lot easier.
Hard. Well, see,
Yeah,
I
we've
used to
got a
make
little bit of a different market. So because we were primarily in aviation, so I've got aviation fans, geeks, nerds who are my age, you know, 60s, 70s, you know the World War II history and know the core difference between a Corsair and a B-51. And there are probably younger people that do the same that are also big aviation fans, but how do you dial that into, you know what I'm saying? That's the part that's escaping me. I know how to market to a certain demographic, but I don't know how to bring in that other demographic. So one of these days I'll find somebody that can, who's at whose feet I can sit and learn how to do all that good stuff.
It's hard.
So
I
I guess it's probably the same for everybody that has a unique.
See, in my case, my demographic is old, like me. And so
Yeah.
I figure they're probably not on TikTok. They're
Right.
probably on Instagram. So I have to market to people that maybe don't even still read the newspaper.
I know, right?
Anyway, interesting.
So it's a challenge.
Yeah, it is for sure. You know. I mean, I think about even doing flyers and stuff. I'm not sure people do, again, to my band, because I don't, you know, t-shirts are, I try not to think about t-shirts, although I'm every day in Photoshop doing color separations. I'm going to die at my computer doing separations. We're probably all going to die at our computers, aren't we? Our spouses will come in and find us slumped over with a mouse in our hand. Anyway. So Chad, do I know you?
Probably not. Pretty new to I would say at the shows. I've been in screen printing for a while now, about 18, 20 years, but
That's a while.
which probably isn't very long for a few of you. So I'm probably the rookie.
Yeah.
But the only way you may know me, I created and invented a product called Print Grip, which is a palette adhesive that's no longer used for glues. It's a polymer gel pad.
I see your ads every day.
You see my ads?
I do. Yeah, you do a good job because I know I don't know you, but I know the product, and I followed the link and read about it, read some testimonials, and because I like to see what's going on and keep track of stuff. But yeah, you must have well, you must have posted in some of the groups because I'm not sure how I saw the ads.
Yeah. So the good thing about a lot of the people that are using PrintGrip right now, you know, they're probably the real soldiers out there putting it out there for me. I mean, I post a decent amount. I have a decent amount of ads out there, but I see more traffic come along from the end users, people who are using and experiencing and just letting everyone else know that, you know, what their experience is with it and kind of moving it along to others who may not be familiar with the product currently.
Well, do you boost posts on Facebook?
Rarely.
Yeah, see, I have a hard time with that for screen printing for my key sets because I don't. It's hard to find if you boost a post, you know, Facebook wants to give you your choices of audience, and screen printers are like there's very few options, you know, and so I find I don't think the boosts get to the audience I want to find, which is screen printers.
I would agree that I run an ad where you can kind of target the screen printer market a little easier, and that's why I typically don't boost a post because of that exact reason.
Yeah. I'm thinking of spamming all the groups. I mean, everybody does it. You know, all the guys that are overseas doing separations and all the embroidery guys and the vector guys. You know, they spam them. I thought, you know, I'm just gonna. I probably belong like you do, probably to, you know, a couple dozen groups, screen print groups, and I'm thinking I'm just gonna spam them.
Yeah, so I tried to do that in the beginning a little bit, and a lot of the admins said, you know, you can't be doing that, and knowing that, you know, I didn't want to be looked at as a company or a product that does that, like all the other, like the digitizers and all those guys. So, but the admins were pretty kind to me, and they said, hey, you know, if you just want to, like, you know, troll the comment section and put your ads in there, feel free. And I do that all the time. So
yeah, I should do that. I should just spend some time just trolling, you know.
Yeah.
Foreign now. I go to some of those groups and go, wow. So
yeah, so I'm a comment troll. So I mean, I'll just admit it. That's what I do, like constantly, like all night long. I just run through screen printing groups and just go through the comments. And anyone that talks about adhesive, I'm like, well, try PrintGrip. Try PrintGrip.
Yeah. Well, I thought you had good comments. People seem to like the product.
Yeah.
So who else here? I can't see who else here. John, I must know you from somewhere.
Sorry, no.
Oh, looking at Sean here. He got his mic off. He's not talking to us.
I got to put the mic down. Yeah, we've talked many years ago, and I saw you speaking at one of the shows after you'd come back from a leave of absence for a while. And I love the fact that you did not hide the reasons why, and that you didn't really give a fuck.
I kind of, yeah. Well, I've had my ups and downs, as we all have, you know.
Your mic got about half volume about 5 minutes ago.
I took off my headphones. Maybe that.
Yeah. Yeah, your volume is definitely down.
How's it now? Any better? That wouldn't work. Hang on. I have an actual mic here that I'm not using, so I got to plug it in.
Good thing he's got shorts on or something.
I don't know what it is.
It's a good thing he has shorts and at least has something on.
Huh. I don't know if that's going to help any enough or not.
Setting up device. Any better?
Oh yes.
Testing 1, 2, 3. I have the real deal here, but like I told you, I ran in here because I didn't want to miss Marcia.
Yeah, well, so Scott, I wrote Trevor Gulliver and Mark Yates in London.
Yeah.
Remember them from Mobile Merchandising?
You told me the Mark had passed, which was really distressed me because, you know, Mark was a guy we all knew. You knew Mark way more than I did, but
Well, Mark passed away.
yeah, that's what you said. But you know what he died from?
No, I wrote Trevor back and asked, but I haven't gotten a response. But last time I saw him, he was not in the greatest shape, but then again, when I first met him back in the 70s, he wasn't in the greatest shape. So it's always difficult to figure him out. But no, I don't know what he passed away. My guess is one of a couple of things, either lung cancer because he smoked like crazy, or some kind of liver disease because
Those guys
there's
could
no
drink.
question a day didn't go by where he didn't hammer down a bunch of pints. So
I remember we were at a show in New Orleans and I'm in a cab with Mark and Trevor and everybody was so fucked up, pardon me, drunk. And
Oh,
they had
yeah.
the cab pull over so Trevor could puke. I mean, those guys, the Brits know how to drink.
Oh yeah. Well, I actually went to Trevor's restaurant for New Year's Eve, probably about in 2018, 2017. And he has a Michelin star restaurant. And they specialize in French wine, which he goes over to France often to test out.
Yeah.
And probably test it out every day very as well. Both he and Mark, I don't think I've ever seen a day where they weren't intoxicated to some extent.
Well, for those that don't know, Mark and Trevor had a company called Mobile Merchandising. Was it merchandise or merchandising?
Yeah, mobile merchandising.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Charlie, you did separations, as I recall. I
did.
met them through you at a show in London.
Yes, at
And,
the ISS show in London.
Yeah, it was an ISS show. That was we were at the show. We met. For those that don't care about the story, we met on a Sunday night, which is gay night for many of the clubs in London.
Right.
And so we met on a Sunday night, had dinner, a bunch of us at a show, and my wife and was it you? She went downstairs to
yeah, the two of us went downstairs
to the gay part of the club and danced their asses off. My wife loves to dance, but that's where I think I met you first. Was there?
You know, what's funny? We didn't realize it was gay night because
right. I know.
What do we know? And so we get down there, and I turned to Pat. And I said, "They're looking at me more than they're looking at
you."
for
sure.
But and at 6 o'clock at that time, all the pubs closed. So the place that Mark and Trevor took us to offered us tea. You could have red tea or you could have white tea.
Right.
In order to take care of the drinking that we needed. Also, we were able to drink in our hotel, and that's another story. And I have that all in my book that I'm just about done with now.
I was going to say
it
sounded familiar, and that's where it was from.
Yeah, but
and it was sad to hear that Mark had
some
passed,
of it.
It was sad. It was sad to hear that Mark had passed, though, because us guys are getting older. I joked with you as we texted the other day that we need to stick together because we're all getting older. And like when Richard Greaves calls me, because he's my buddy, I am always afraid because he'll call me at odd hours, and I'm thinking, oh fuck, he's gonna tell me somebody's gone, So whenever I answer, I said, Richard, is this good news or bad news? So
yeah,
because it was kind of our group, we had you and me and the Mark Coudray and kind of our group of guys that did most of the speaking and did the seminars and stuff.
Yep.
And then Joe Clark, was part of that group, and then he died a few years ago. And
yes.
So, anyway, that's why I rock and roll.
Yeah, I mean, when Joe passed away, it was kind of like the beginning of that group that just kind of faded.
Yeah. Anyway, and then the shows changed, of course. I'm done with Printing United.
Yeah, well, it doesn't really focus as much on what we need as look, the ISS show or printing the Impressions Expo in Long Beach is really the show.
Yeah. I'm gonna fly over. I'm only gonna be there for one day, by the way. I'm only going over for Friday. So if we're gonna smoke cigars, we need to do like we did last year, catch up at one of the clubs. And where did we go last year? We went to
I don't know. Why don't you come to my workshop room? I'm in room 104C, and
I'll come see you.
My quote unquote my workshop is over at 4 o'clock, which never happens. But
yeah,
I'll have cigars with me. You want me to bring a bottle of wine?
Yeah, let's do it.
Good. I'll throw a bottle of wine in my bag.
Well, we hooked up last year with Marshall Atkinson, and you and me and Alan was there.
Yeah,
Who else? Greaves was there, but Greaves doesn't drink or smoke, but he came to
yeah.
provide support. So
Well,
anyway,
and you know, in front of the Hyatt, they have all the chairs and tables outside also.
yeah, we could do that.
I've done that in the past, so we can definitely.
Anybody
do
here
that.
going to Long Beach? That's yeah. Come smoke cigars with us.
Hey, more than happy. Stop by. I'm actually not going to be too far. I'm actually right by Charlie's workshop. So I'm in 3727 booth, and it's like right by where the workshops are being held. Right in front of the stage is a stage that's being set up right by the refreshments.
Yeah, we'll have to hang.
I'm-
We'll have to hang out.
Yeah, I'm right in front of that stage. So that's our booth. So I think it's I got in a little late, but I'm actually happy with our
So
location.
you're in the Rotunda area?
Yeah, over like where like you exit out. I think there's some food trucks over there, and there's a
Okay,
refreshment.
so you're not near me at all. I'm
I'm not.
actually where you register. I'm to the right of actual registration on the main floor. So
Oh, the
you're
main floor.
downstairs and in the Rotunda.
Yep, I'm back then. I'm back.
Yep,
You're back. You're in the back. Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Not
if,
a bad,
if you
not a
make
bad
your
spot
way,
though. That's not a bad
if-
spot
if-
though.
Yeah,
You know
if you
what,
make your
this
way to
show,
the
there is
back,
no
then we'll
such
cut the
thing as
TV.
a bad spot. It doesn't matter where you are at this show, they'll find you. And yeah, and
Remember when the show used to be in it was the aquarium there before they built the
Right.
convention center
when it
out.
first started, it was only in the Rotunda area or the
Yeah,
aquarium
yeah,
area.
in the back. Yeah.
Yeah,
In the
Okay.
day.
that just goes to show you how far back we go. That's when where all of the Nike and all that stuff is, where the Irish pub is and all. That was all just scrap land. I mean, it was horrible. Matter of fact, trucks would pay to be parked there with their logo hanging off the side of the truck so that they could kind of advertise that they're going to be at the show.
In the day.
Yes.
Well, in the day, I was the only one. It was me and a guy named Jim Jester did all day seminars for ISS for the first 2 or 3 years. There was only 2 seminars, one on transfers, one on screen printing. And I did screen printing all day long.
I did Vern Packer asked me to do the workshop in 1986. I did seminars prior to that, but I can't tell you what years. But I know at least a year or two prior. So it would have been probably 85, 84 that I
See,
did
mine were 79 and 80. I mean, it was because the first show was late
78.
78. And then I did my first show speaking was 79 in Dallas. That was their second show.
Yep, I was at that one.
Yeah. You open the door and there's 500 people in the room.
I know.
Just dying for information. It's crazy time.
It was. But yeah, I think I started speaking somewhere. I spoke for the first time ever in 1980 in Pittsburgh for technical
Texas.
symposium.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah.
And,
We must have met.
then
We may have met there.
That's a very, you know what, you're probably right.
I think it was. Yeah.
Probably did. And then London was like 81 or later that year.
Yeah.
And I was already speaking at that point.
Yeah.
So
well, all of you that are in the thing here, your life revolves around trade shows. Like when Charlie and I are talking, it's always about where were we at? What show was that? What
yeah.
city? What country? It's pathetic because you sit there like, guess, well, let's see, was that 81 or 82 or was that 90 or 93? What show was that? And it's like life has been one big trade show.
I think you and I met probably in 1980, although we didn't know it. 81 at the show in London is when you asked me to put in an advanced workshop at your place.
That's right. Yeah.
And I
Then
know
you
I
moved
was
to Denver. You moved to Denver, or maybe you'd already moved to Denver. Yeah.
Well, no, on my way to Denver is when I stopped at your place to do the workshop. But on my way there is when I stopped in Denver, met with Howie, and he offered me the position here. So that was, and then that was in 81, 80, or late in 81. 82 is when I moved out here. Or that was early 82, actually, because I moved out here in August of 82.
I vividly
So-
remember you calling me, must have been a couple years later, like at Christmas time, how I let you go.
It was actually that same year.
Oh, I didn't know it was.
Oh yeah, I moved out in August. I got here in August of 82, and in December, just before Christmas, Howie calls me in his office. gives me a severance check. And that was that. And then a month and a half later, they were bankrupt.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was the only one who actually collected a severance pay. Everybody else got hung for about 2 weeks worth of salary.
Was Lon Winters working for Howard then?
Huh?
Was Lon working for Howie then?
No, he was not. Lon came out later and worked for OP. And
right. Yeah.
when OP shut down, Howie had opened up his new shop at that point, Golden Squeegee, and
Yeah.
Lon came in and worked for Golden Squeegee. And then when that shut down, I hired Lon to work for me at Bullseye and
Oh, I
gave
didn't
him his
know
first,
that. I don't remember
yeah.
that.
And then I gave him his first consulting job. I sent him down to Alabama because I had just gotten back from I don't know where, but it was like, do I really want to go to Alabama? And the answer was, nah, I'm going to send Lon.
That's so funny.
And so I did. And that was really, I think, his first consulting job.
You think of the people that crossed our paths. I mean, we feel like we're old guys just talking over cigars with the rest of you guys. I feel bad. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Reminisce.
Well,
Tell me more
talking
about international shows. Because I know Charlie mentioned that to us in the past briefly, but I'd be curious to go to some international shows. Which ones are good?
Probably the best one is just FESPA. FESPA's every, from my opinion, every June in usually Munich or somewhere in Germany.
yeah. Well, this year it's in March on the same date as the Atlantic City show.
Why is it in March? That's odd for them.
Great question. I don't
Always in
understand
June.
that either. They're in Amsterdam, and their dates are on top of the Impressions Expo Atlantic City,
Wow.
which is so stupid because there are certain companies that would exhibit at FESPA, but now
Yeah.
they won't.
So they went back to the Rye Center in Amsterdam.
Yeah,
I love that. How many? God, was there so many times?
I've been to Amsterdam. I worked for Nike when I was over in Amsterdam, but I've never done the show in Amsterdam.
It's pretty cool. Pat and I have gone to it numerous. I spoke at it numerous times, and then they moved it to Munich, and it was at Munich on and off.
Well, they had it last year. It was in Munich.
Yeah.
They've been doing Munich. They've done Hamburg. They've done. I've done a lot of their shows like in Turkey and China, etc.
Yeah.
But yeah, they generally hit either Germany or something close to Germany because Germany is really where the screen print market is in Europe. It has more screen printers than anyone else, and so it makes sense to do it in Germany.
Is this a Vespa like the motorcycle? Like the scooter? I'm not hearing T like Vespa or TH like, am I hearing what you're saying?
You're breaking up, but the show is called FESPA, FESPA.
FPS, okay.
It's huge. I mean, it's over 3 or 4 buildings. And usually they,
Yeah.
unlike our show, like the Printing United or SGIA, FESPA has usually a hall that's dedicated to textiles or garments or screen printing. So you don't have to kind of, you cannot go to the hall where they have all the wide format printing and stuff. And so it's more, it's much different than a Howard, but it's a great show in Munich. Well, Amsterdam's a great city. If you've never been there,
Yeah.
you should go to Amsterdam.
What's interesting though, I did the last FESPA show. So in the past, the show prior to that, which was during the pandemic, I didn't make that one, but the one prior to the pandemic had 2 halls for textiles. This last one last year, less than half a hall for textiles.
Really? Wow.
Their big focus is on digital
Yeah.
and car wraps.
Yeah.
They're doing a lot of car wraps and stuff. Huge amount of digital screen print, less than half of a building.
That's sad. That's how it was with SGIA kind of got where screen printing became the stepchild,
Yes. And with FESPA, it's the exact same thing. The best show for screen print in Europe or for, is called TVP. And it's every other year and it's in Stuttgart.
Right.
And that show is amazing. And that show is heavily screen print, or it has been. It was owned by TVP magazine, but they sold it to the Stuttgart Messe that now owns the show. So that's kind of weird, but I understand this year it was great.
It's amazing. I mean, you know, they think they're coming back up after the pandemic. Like Long Beach should be a great show, you know.
It was last year. It was an amazing show last January.
Yeah. It's just too hard for me to go, and I don't exhibit anymore, and I don't speak. I should have filled out the form about speaking, but I got pissed off because the form, I think a year and a half ago, they for those of you guys who know that the shows know us, they send out a form every year. Where do you want to speak at, and are you going to be at that show? Meaning they don't have to pay you anything other than they have to pay the airfare. And they wanted me to speak last year at Atlantic City. I was going to get $250 for a 2.5-hour seminar, and that was it. And then I have to fly to Atlantic City, which of course you can't get there from here. You know, you got to fly to Philly or somewhere. And it was going to cost me $1,000 to go to get the 250 to speak. And so I kind of figured, screw you guys. And then one of the forms said, we're looking for like younger blood. Wasn't that exact words, but it was kind of like, we were looking for younger guys with a new spin on topics. And pardon me, I thought, fuck you guys. Those guys have a lot of knowledge yet. So I copped an attitude. So that's why I'm not speaking in Long Beach this year. I said, screw it. I'm not going to do that. So, Charlie, you're the whore then, right?
I have no comment, but I'm doing 2 workshops and a seminar. So
good for you.
You can add up my dollars.
Yeah.
$250.
Well, it's not bad if you do 4 or 5 sessions, which I used to do. I used to do 6 or so. It's not bad and usually I used to exhibit. So when you're exhibiting, you're there. Then what the hell?
Right.
You pick up I pick up an extra $1,000 for speaking, and you get to pump products, do that soft sell. In my case, you know, you happen to show your product while you're talking, you know, and so I mean,
yeah, that's my problem. I don't have a product to show. Give me your product. I'll show it for you.
I know, really.
Charlie, do my product.
I'm taking my books with me. I'm hoping to sell off some books.
Yeah, we can sell some books, you know. It's hard to make a lot of money in publishing. Now everybody goes to YouTube. I quit publishing my book. I couldn't afford the print run. You know,
tell me about it.
It's too much.
My book, because I don't order major quantities, cost of my book drives me out of my mind.
Yeah, it's just too much. So my book is now I gave it away for a long time as just an ebook. I made it as an interactive PDF. I embedded a bunch of videos and just gave it away. Figured if I give it away, maybe they'll buy my TSEPs or they'll come to me for separation services or whatever, you know. So
yeah, well, I'm still hawking my consulting, and which has been on the downside for the past year.
I wonder why that is. Maybe post-pandemic, or I don't know.
You know, the pandemic definitely killed it, and then even in doing a lot of the there you go.
Oh,
what is it?
Focus.
That's your book.
It's your book printed out.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Yep.
But
all the courses I took from you as well.
You got that off my online course.
Yep.
Yeah. I repackaged that whole thing to try and make money on it still. So
yeah, but it's good. Really good.
You haven't done much consulting lately, have you?
Me?
Yeah, you haven't done any in a while.
No. I used to throw my son Michael a bone because, you know, he needed the money. I got tired where I hated consulting, partially because it's as you know, you're staying in some shop you don't know, you're staying in some flea bag hotel somewhere, you know, and you probably in some cases you can't help them, you know. I
haven't run into that part of it yet, but
well,
I love the consulting side, but then again, I don't have anything else going. You're doing separations.
That was the problem, was to be away from home for 3 or 4 days and still do SEPs at night at the hotel. When I go back to the hotel room, trying to do SEPs and support TSEPs, it became too much. And I just got frustrated because usually I found a lot of times they bring you in and they want miracles. And really what they need is a lot more money, or they need to replace somebody. You know, probably the person that hired you was the one that maybe is the one that needs to go. And so I just kind of got cynical about it. You know, and anyway, I should do it again.
I still enjoy it. But yeah, and you have to really want to do it in order to do it effectively, I think. But you know, to me, I think part of the challenge is going into a shop and straightening out as much as you can, and letting them know what they need to do in order to continue. There's certain types of work that if your machine isn't big enough, it's not going to happen. If your exposing unit isn't strong enough to do some of the work, and if your personnel just doesn't get it.
Yeah, that was always
I
a
hate to
problem.
tell someone to chop heads, but that's part of the package.
Yeah. I did quite a bit of stuff in, a lot of big companies build factories in small towns, in like I had a company in Nebraska, and the factories are like in Bellevue and, big factories with 10 automatics. But the people that were working were mainly the either local farm wives or, they had zero skills. And even the ones that had been there a while making screens and stuff, they still didn't have the general feel for it. And so you were doing more training, and it was interesting to say the least.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still do SEPs every day. I mean, I do that, I joke I'm going to die at Photoshop because at my age, Social Security only goes so far.
Yes, believe me, I know.
So if I want to maintain the lifestyle of a rock star.
Well, now you are a rock star.
I know, but the band doesn't make, the band makes money, but it's, my band is 9 members, most bands, for those of you that don't know, if you go to a bar, most bands are lucky to make $400 or $500, $100 a member. That's been the way it's been for 50 years. And, so if you're a musician, you don't play it to make money. You play because you love it, and you go to a bar and you play for 4 hours. My band has a whole stage show, and so we set up. It takes us 4 or 5 hours to set it up. We got lights and lasers, and we get there, and we may make $4,000 or $5,000, but divide that by 9, and you look at all the hours spent and all the money invested. I have a 14 by 7 foot trailer in my backyard that has all the band stuff loaded up. It's full of shit. And so it looks good on paper, and maybe I'll come back from a gig making $500, but I probably had that in gas to drive to Denver to play. I played a gig in Denver, by the way, Charlie. I didn't call you because
you didn't call me.
It was a private show, and it was a hit and run because we had to get back to here to Phoenix to do another show. This guy in Denver out of the blue calls me, and he has a big food company, distribution company, like probably a $500 million company. He calls me and says, "I love Floyd. We're having a corporate retreat in Denver. I want you guys." And I'm going, "God, we're going to be in El Paso the day before you want us. That's 800 miles, El Paso to Denver."
Yep.
"I want you. How much?" I said, "Well, $15,000. Oh my, I thought, screw you. I've been in that position with lots of money. That's pocket change to big companies. That's dinner out for all their dealers, So he came back and says, "Man, will you do it for 10? I said, "Okay, I'll do it for 10, but you got to give us 3 hotel nights for my 9 members, individual hotel rooms. And you got to cover some gas." "Okay." "You'll be great. You'll be great. You'll be the hit." So we haul ass from El Paso to be in Denver a day and a half later for this show. And we get there, it's the guy's backyard. He's got a huge place. Nobody gave a shit that we were a Pink Floyd band. He was convinced it was going to be just great. They're all under the tent drinking. We're in the backyard outside playing. I think 5 people watched us the whole night.
Oh, well.
Anyway, but that's why I didn't call you, Charlie, because then I had to get the next day, drive back to Phoenix in a day and a half for another show. And I thought, I need to call Charlie, but I apologize for not calling you.
It's all right. Next time you get one of those gigs, let me know.
I will. You can be a roadie.
There you go. I'll print T-shirts while you're busy playing.
Yeah.
Guys, I unfortunately do have to go. My 1 hour allotment is gone, but
Yep.
Chad, are you exhibiting though at ISS? You were saying you're exhibiting, yeah.
Yes.
Tell me your booth number again.
3727.
And you're back in the rotunda.
Yes.
Yep.
What's it called? It's print something. Your
Print grip,
yeah.
Yep.
I know all about it. Like I told you, just a couple of days ago, I saw that somebody either posted or you did. I saw it. I followed the links. I read about it. I want to know what it was, and that was
Yeah.
it was very good. If I was a printer
Yeah.
right now, I'd probably buy some white. I know I buy some white. I'd probably buy some yellow. I might buy some black if I'm doing some sweats. How am I doing? Pretty good.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Yeah,
Anyway.
I hope to see you both there. If not, Charlie, of course, I'll track you down. Scott, stop by the booth, or if you're over by Charlie, hopefully I run into you.
I'll be hanging around. I'll be walking around.
Yeah, I'll be kicking
Perfect.
around. Once I'm done
Perfect.
with my workshops, I've got one seminar on Saturday and then I'm open. So
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
And Chad, if you come by my place, I'll have a beer cold for you.
And where's your place? We got to fly across the pond or what?
Uppsala, Sweden.
Sweden. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
well,
One day.
I'm going to speak to Marcia. We'll set up another one of these where she will attend. Unfortunately, actually she's under the knife right now. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
hopefully all works out well and we see her in Long Beach. But
That'd be good.
in any event, sorry for that. But I think it was a fun session anyway, if nothing else.
I probably
And,
talk too much, but I do that. I'm
look
sorry.
forward to seeing a bunch of you in Long Beach, and those that I don't, hope to see you on here the next time.
perfect.
Sounds good. Sounds
Thank
good.
you guys for the time.
See you
You guys
guys.
have a great
Yeah.
one. Have a happy new year, and let's hope this year is a whole lot better than last.
I hope so.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Hey,
Nice
Thank
talking to
you.
y'all. Charlie, good
Bye,
to see you.
all.
Bye-bye.
all right.